back in the normal location. We are back doing our morning power-ups from the main home base, let's call it. We're all here gathered together finally for the first time after, I guess, over 24 hours. Yesterday was a massive travel day. I spent most of the time on a plane. And as nice as first class is, it's kind of frowned upon to do live streams from first class. So I did not end up doing a power call yesterday, but we're going to make up for it today by talking about some really, really important concepts and giving you guys some, it's a key perspective. And again, I say that all the time. Oh, this is a key perspective. This is extremely important. These things build up. These perspectives, these different types of beliefs, these different ideas, these mental models, they all stack together to create the success that you're looking for, right? All the successful people in the world have gone through this process of slowly stacking, sometimes quickly, stacking these important beliefs and these important mindsets inside their brain. And once you have that, you become the person who can then generate wealth and generate success and generate results, right? And these mindsets, these ideas are things that aren't talked about in the outside world. You're not going to learn these in school. You're not going to learn these from any of the brokies that you grew up around. Like this, these aren't things that you really think about when you aren't pushing forward, because average people, they don't have to work very hard because the standards aren't that high. They just have to survive and kind of flip their burgers and make their way through life, right? The results they produce don't matter. But when you are serious, when you are in business for yourself, when you are pushing forward, become free and powerful and have the opportunity to travel the world and do the things that you need to do, your results matter. And when the results matter, you have to upgrade yourself. And that's why we do these calls. So we can all join together. We can remember that we are all working together, and it's a chance for you to slowly over time layer into your brain these ideas, these perspectives that are going to be the thing that turns you into the person who can go out and make money, who can go out and accomplish anything difficult in their life, which is what we're here to do. So let's launch into it. Let's talk about the idea for today. So the idea for today is this idea about expectation and the power of expectation. Now, a lot of you guys walk into, let's say, the cold email process. You write emails and you get ready to send them out to clients, or you show up on a sales call and you have an expectation of how that encounter is going to go. Like you show up and you're like, okay, it's like this email is going to get a lot of people to respond. Or you might think, I wrote the email, but I don't really expect it to work. Or if it's a sales situation, you might expect, okay, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do the discovery process. It's going to be cool. I'm going to build rapport. I expect to have all this thing happen. I expect to close the deal. I expect to have a discovery project. Or you might go in there thinking, I don't expect this to go very well. Now, that expectation is key. Your expectation will often determine the results. Your mind will marshal your internal resources to meet your expectation. If you expect it to go poorly, it's not like your mind's like, you know what? Forget it. We're going to make it go great. And it's going to help you be on your A game and bring you all your top perspectives and help you, ask the right questions and exude the right feelings. Like, it's not going to do that. If you have your expectations set low, you're only ever going to rise those expectations for yourself. Right. And if you set your expectations of anything less than success, you'll never make it to success, because that's as high as you set your expectations. You need to set your expectations that things will go well. Right. You need to expect these cold email outreaches will go well. This sales call will go well. But it's not just empty like that. You can't just, think positively about what you're doing, go through and just kind of half do it and just like, oh, I expect it to go well. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about setting the expectation. No, I am going to win. I'm going to find a cold email template that is going to work. It's going to generate the results. It's going to give me above a 10% reply rate. It's going to help me find new prospects. You have to go in there thinking, no, I am going to show up on the sales call, and it is going to work. I'm going to have a positive experience with this person. We're going to build rapport. I'm going to uncover issues from their business. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to pitch them on a good discovery project that's going to make a lot of sense to them. I'm going to earn some money here. Like, you have to have that expectation. You set that expectation, and then you must prepare and upgrade yourself to meet that level of expectation, right? If you walk into a sales call unsure about how it's going to go or unsure about what you're going to say, that means that you do not adequately prepare beforehand, right? You need to prepare to get the results that you want. Set the high expectation and firmly believe that you are going to make it happen, right? Become the kind of person that says, I am going to achieve this goal, right? Obviously, there's some things outside of your control, but you can have an expectation for an outcome, and then you can turn around and do everything it takes to rise to that level, right? Outwork your doubts. If you have doubts about your ability to close a sales call, that means you probably haven't done enough preparation ahead of time. You haven't mapped out what the conversation is going to look like. You haven't mapped out the questions you're going to ask. You haven't mapped out what you're going to do If they ask you, well, how much experience do you have, or whatever different objection, you need to sit down and actually find out why you are unsure and then fix all those things. So then you can then set the expectation that you will be successful when you do certain things. And this applies to everything you do, from writing an email to writing a sales page to creating a Facebook ad to doing your push-ups. Like all of this, what you expect is what you will get. You will never get anything more than what you expect usually in this life, right? Set a high expectation for yourself and then put in the work to make it real, right? Doing the preparation, the study, the upgrading so that you can believe it's true, right? It's a key perspective. Think about it. People that go about doing great things, they do it because they expect that they will, right? They can kind of see it in their mind beforehand. And there's a really easy example of this that I think all of you will understand. There are people who work out, right? But they don't expect it to work. They don't expect to lose the weight, or they don't expect to gain the muscle because, oh, I'm a poor eater, or I got a poor eater. I'm a hard gainer, or I've tried everything but nothing works. Like if they have that belief in themselves, if that's the expectation they set, they're never going to do the work it takes to rise to the occasion to get what they want, right? You have to set the expectation on what you want and then put in the work to do it. Hey, you haven't gained any muscle? It's because you aren't eating enough. Eat more, put in the work, so then you can confidently expect to gain weight, right? Do the muscle, do the training, do the volume, right? Oh, I haven't been able to lose weight for whatever reason. Be in a calorie deficit, do the work you need to do, and you will make it happen. You can actually honestly expect it, but you have to expect it. You kind of have to expect it first. You have to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a way to make it happen. That's my expectation for the outcome of the situation. I will rise to the occasion. I will put in the planning and the effort and uncover the problems and roadblocks that have been keeping me from getting what I want. I will put in so much work that I know I will get it, right? Because if you walk into a sales situation or any situation in life where it's a contest of your will versus someone else, because that's what sales is. You have a will, you have an idea, you have a belief, and you're transferring it to someone else on the sales call, right? If you are strong, if you expect it to work, they will feel that and they will respond accordingly, right? If you sit down to write an email and you write it from a position of firm belief in your ability to achieve results, and you expect this email to shock their world, like rock their world and change their mind, and not change their mind, inspire them to take action. If you have that expectation, they will feel it when they read your words because you'll write like someone who believes that, right? This carries over. This maps over so many different parts of your life. It extremely maps over copywriting, extremely maps over what you're doing. I've seen a lot of students approach the situation, and they do the work, but they don't really know if it's going to work. They don't really expect it to. And that's because they haven't set the expectation and put in the massive amount of brain calories it needs to make it happen. So that's the lesson for today. That's what I want you guys all to think about as you go through your day. What are my expectations? How can I raise my expectations? And then how can I raise my effort and my work and my capacity so I can meet that expectation confidently? Take some time to think about that today. It'll probably help you make lots of money over the next couple of weeks. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in my location. I won't be here for very long, obviously. I've got lots of things to do and projects to work on. Some major developments occurred over the last few days. And I've got some excellent things in store for you guys. So I'm looking forward to roll some of those out over the next 24 hours, over the next few days, to help upgrade your experience and make it to where I won't say too much more. We got a lot of fun things planned for you guys. Got a lot of cool new experiences in store for a lot of you guys, especially if you're in a Legion. So if you just started the boot camp or you haven't gone through it all yet, I encourage you to go through as quickly and efficiently, meaning actually learn the stuff, actually get the skills, actually do the practice and the missions and stuff, but do it as quickly as possible, because the Legions is where the fun work happens. That's where some of the really cool experiences occur. So with that being said, let's take this energy, let's take these ideas, let's use them as we move forward throughout our day to upgrade ourselves, upgrade our capacities, upgrade our expectations, upgrade our abilities, upgrade our vision, and use it to go out and make massive action in the world, to do the work today so we can achieve and become who we want to become and have the freedom and the personal power we want to become, that kind of man, the man we seek out to be. So that being said, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow or maybe earlier today. We'll see. There's some ideas floating around my brain. I will talk to you guys soon, though.